If you don't follow any of these, then it's a good time to talk about this. Okay. So next one is 25. You're going to see this problem in the final exam and also next exam for sure. Then you get something like that to the power of minus something. Minus 3 half. Okay, let me see somebody. Yes, it's a lot easier to talk. Everybody should be able to talk rather than me going back and forth reading what you're writing in the chat box. So just go ahead and click on the Vanessa, you should be able to talk, right? What is your question?
I can. I just wanted to kind of verify that when we're working on those type of problems, we are always, if we're moving on the x-axis, then we're going to put that number under the radical with x. But if it's on the y-axis, then we put it outside of the radical?
Exactly, always. Actually, this is true for any function. It's not true only for radical.
Sorry?
So if I know what the equation of any graph is, original one, let me show you another one. Maybe it can make it a little easier for you to understand it. So if I have a parabola, we're going to talk about parabola again at some point too. So if I have something like this, anybody know the equation for this, by the way? What's the equation of this? Y is equal to what? Anybody know? That's okay, it's x squared. Okay? So if I move this up 2 units, Vanessa, can you tell me what would be the equation of this then?
Y equals x squared plus 2.
Very good. You see that how it follows the same pattern? If I move this down, that would be y is equal to x squared minus 2. Okay? So I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to the right now. Vanessa, you tell me what would be the equation of this if I move it 2 units to the right? That would be y is equal to what?
Y equals 2x squared?
No. The number added inside this. So it would be x, because I'm moving to the right 2 units, that would be minus 2.
Okay, so then it would be x.
Right.
It would be x minus 2 or not x plus 2? I'm confused.
Right, so that if I move to the side, it would be y is equal to x plus 2 squared. You see how the number outside or inside the function would make the effect going up or down or right or left now?
Okay.
Right. Okay, good. All right, you should discuss these problems, even if you do 5, 6 problems and everybody understand it, it's better than go through everything and still don't know how to do these, because all the problems are going to be in the final exam and next test. You need to know that. So this is also, like I said, going to be in the final exam. How are we going to handle this? Anybody can give me a suggestion? If I have a over b to the power of a negative here, how do you make this positive, by the way? How do I make this? If I have negative n, how can I make that positive? Anybody remember that? How can I make this positive n?
Are we going to flip it?
Flip it, very good. You just flip it over. So that would be b over a, right? This we learned it from before, from last session. So we can write this as 49 over 25 to the power of plus 3 half. Everybody okay with this so far? We made it positive.
Yes.
Now, what would be the next step? What do you think we should do next? If I have a to the power of m over n. Anybody know the property? We can break it down to the power of 1 over n and then raise it to the power of n. So everybody write this down somewhere. This is what we have to use for this. So if I do that, I get 49, my a is 49 over b. I mean 49 over 25, that's my a. So my m over n, this is my m, this is my n, see? So I change it to 1 over n and then raise it to the power of m. So I'm going to make it raise it to the power of 1 over 2 and then raise it to the power of 3. Does that make sense? 1 over 2 and then raise it to the power of 3. That's the same thing, isn't it? And the reason I do that is because, remember I had this property that
Could
if
you
I
say
have,
that again?
sure, if I have a to the power of m over n, I change it to a to the power of 1 over n first and then raise it to the power of m. I separate these 3 halves
Okay.
to 1 half and then 3, because 1 half times 3 is 3 halves. Okay? And the reason I do that is because what is a to the power of 1 half? Anybody know what's a to the power of 1 half? If I write it in radical form. Remember, I had this. I said if I have a to the power of m n-thirds of that, that's the same as a to the power of m over n. You remember that? I just said that earlier. That's another property that you have to remember. So if I want to change this in terms of the radical, a to the power of 1 half is equal to what? If I want to change this to radical. Okay, let me see if I can call people to ask questions here. Eric, are you there? I know you got a little late and you just put your name with Eric. Eric, are you there? Not responding. Marianne? How about you? What is a to the power of 1 half if I want to change it to radical? That would be what?
I am going to pass because this one is still a little bit confusing. I'm a little behind on this one. But I'm
no
watching.
problem. Okay, that's okay. Let's see who wants to respond on. Nancy, do you want to try this? It's right here already. It says a to the power of m over n is equal to n-thirds of a to the power of n. You just remember that. So your m is 1, your n is 2, so would be what here? Your a is right here, your m is what? 1 half means the second root of a. So when I say a to the power of 1 half, is really the square root of a. But when I say a to the power of 1/3, is really they're talking about the cube root of a, and so on. So in this case, when I have 49 over 25 to the power of 1 half means the square root of 49, square root of 25. Okay, what's the square root of 49? Everybody should know what the square root of 49 is, right? What is it? What is the square root of 49?
7.
7, yeah. This is the same as saying 49 to the power of 1 half. Everybody follow that now? So here you have 49 to the power of 1 half, 49 to the power of 1 half, 25 to the power of 1 half. So 49 to the power of 1 half is really the square root of 49, which is 7. What is 25 to the power of 1 half? 5, right? It's the square root of 5, which is 5. So this whole thing inside this bracket is 49 to the power of 1 half, 25 to the power of 1 half, is really is square root of 49 over square root of 25, which is 7 half, and then we raise everything to the power of 3. Okay, tell me if you have any questions. So 7 cubed, we multiply 7 by itself 3 times. 7 times 7 times 7. What is that equal to? 343. Right? So you take 5, you multiply by itself 3 times. 5 times 5 is 25 times another 5. That gives me 125. So the correct answer is C here. So once again, if I have on the test, which you're going to definitely see this, you see a to the power of m over n. Now a could be a fraction like you have here. This is the same as a to the power of 1 over n first, and then raise it to the power of m. Now, a to the power of 1 over n is n through of that. If this is 2, that would be n through of that. So if I have a to the power of 1/2, it's really the square root of a. If I have a to the power of, let's change a to a number so you can see this. If I have 25 to the power of 1/2, really is a square root of 25, which is 5, and so on. Everybody see what we're doing so far? Can I see check mark in front of your name? So if you all can follow this problem here, number 3.
When you said 5, did you say 5 square root of 5 the square root of 3, or what? How did you get 125 again? Could you do that?
Oh, this one, yeah. This would be 7 to the power of 3 over 5 to the power of 3.
343.
Right?
Right, okay.
Yeah, 5 to the power of 3 would be 5 times 5 times 5. That's how I get 125 here. Make sense?
Yes.
Any other questions? Can I say check mark in front of your name so I can follow this? Okay, and then that will tell me who's here also. Okay, so far we got everyone to Eric. You are still not responding. Who else is here not responding? Martin, 561 not responding. Okay, there is we all here. Good job. All right. So I hope you don't. You can do this on the next step. It's going to be on the next. If you go look at the take-home test number 3, you should see some problems like that. Everybody should already print the take-home test number 3. There should be at least one problem like this there.